Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about what's going on in the real estate markets with two banks collapsing last week, as well as the interest rates coming down and then shooting back up a little bit, and just really what we can expect in the next month or so. So, as some of you know, last week, a Silicon Valley Bank collapsed and there was a run by their customers, which basically means that everybody came in to take their money out of the bank. So when you put your money in a bank, you are insured up to $250,000. So as long as you have below that amount of money in the bank, then you are fine. You'll get that money. But anything over that, really, you're at risk of losing if something like this happens with the bank. So to begin with, when we talk about Silicon Valley Bank, what kind of bank are they? So they are a bank that is mostly, when I say mostly, about 80% of tech startup and investors, right? Where as opposed to the bank that me and you bank with are 80% small business owners, people that get a W-2, that kind of stuff. So there's a big discrepancy. So there's no need to really worry about your money being safe or anything like that. It's a totally completely different bank, but it does raise some alarms for the Fed. So what we in kind of see that they're going to do is they have been pretty aggressive with their rate hikes, which in turn drives the rates for mortgages. So they've been pretty aggressive with it. What we're going to see is them scale back a little bit because they don't want this to happen. They don't want these banks to collapse. So while we were going to see a pretty aggressive rate hike at the end of March, it'll be less of a hike. If at the most a quarter or possibly none at all, which is great. Between last week and this week, the rates went from where they were at 7% down all the way to 6.75, which is great if you're looking to get into a house, if you're looking to get a mortgage. Typically, what percentages mean for every 0.5%, your monthly payment on your mortgage will be $100 less. So even 0.5% drop means that it's more affordable for people to get into houses. We probably will continue to see rates go up and down the rest of the year. Really, it's there as they try to fight inflation. And if any of you are interested, the Consumer Price Index came out yesterday, so I'll put a link to that in the description so you can check that out just to kind of see what inflation numbers are doing. Year over year, inflation numbers are coming down. From January to February, it went up a little bit, but year over year, inflation is down, which is great. But what does this mean in the market? Like, how can this actually affect you? This is actually a good thing for home buyers right now. It will lower mortgage rates, so you have more affordability. As we see the spring market come into its effect, you will see more and more home buyers come into the market. So as mortgage rates drop, home prices, we are going to see a tick go up a little bit. So this is when we always talk about you have to pick your hard, right? Like, if you are waiting for interest rates to come down, you are going to be battling with multiple people putting an offering on your house. I just had an offer that I put in this past weekend. I mean, there were 6 buyers willing to buy that piece of property. So it can get very competitive. And as interest rates go down, that's going to be more and more prevalent. So really, it's important for you to be informed, for you to have a lender that you can talk to, that you can know what your rate is going to be, what you're pre-approved for. So you come into that decision, which is a big one. It's a big financial decision to buy a house, and you want to have all of the information that you can get to make that decision. So as we see these mortgage rates come down, go up, come down, go up, the home prices are going up and up. So really, you have to choose your heart. Do you want to overpay for a house, or do you want a payment that's a little bit higher, that if the rate drops to a percent lower than what you got when you bought your house, you could refinance then and then have a lower monthly payment? So us in the real estate market, really what we tell you to do is find the house that you want, find the house that fits your needs, and obviously it has to be affordable for what you want. And then if rates go down, refinance that house, bring your monthly payment down to ease up the burden of having a higher monthly payment. But there's no way to lower what you bought the house for. What you bought the house for is what you bought the house for. That's what your mortgage is for. The rate, if it goes down, you can refinance at that point. So really, guys, let me look at my notes real quick. One of these things that we want to keep in mind when we look at houses is that when you're looking at a house, you really need to look at what is affordable for you. You need to know what your monthly payment is going to be. If you're in an HOA, what that looks like, what your interest rate is. And the easiest way to do that is just to talk to a lender. Just talking to a lender doesn't mean, oh my God, I have to buy a house now. It just means that you want to be informed on what the financials look like. So I think it's very important for you, if you're thinking about buying a house in the next year, go ahead and talk to a lender, see what your debt to income ratios look like, because it's very important that you have all of that information. As the spring market comes into its full effect, more and more houses are coming on the market, more and more people are going to be out there looking. As the weather turns, people are slowly starting to, get their groove back and get into that rhythm of looking for their house. So if you guys have any questions about what the market's doing in your area, just reach out to me. I will be more than happy to give you some market updates, some numbers, average home price, how many houses are selling, what's actually on the market for you. I'm more than happy to do that. While the media and there is a lot of information out there, and people talk of recession and all these kinds of things, it's important for you to always do your own research. I will put some links down below so you can kind of see, for yourself what's going on in the world. So if you want to reach out to me, you can just click the link in the description. Will take me to all my different avenues that you can reach out to me at. So again, I know that sometimes you can hear a bank fail and say, oh my God, that's really scary. It's a totally different type of bank, and all of those people are actually getting their money from the government. The government came out and said, hey, we're going to cover everybody's money. So really, it's no need to panic. It's no need to be scared. Just be as informed as you can, and don't try to make this something that it's not. So all right, guys, that's it for today. Please feel free to reach out. I'll have a couple more videos coming out later on the week on some properties. So if you guys are just curious about what's going on in your market, just shoot me a message and I will reach back out to you. All right, thank you guys so much and have a great day.